Alright, y'all. It's your man there back in here to do. I just want to talk about the education system from all your life built up to be what it is today. Um, First and foremost, let me say that this is just my opinion. Um, don't be mad. I ain't no point in being mad at me for this. So I'm talking to a dude about I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I talked to other people that talked. He's telling me about how he done all his life, did great in school, did great all through school, got a degree now, out in the world, and he is successful in a field, but it has nothing to do with what he went to school for. It has nothing to do with his degree at all. He's taking the money from his job he has now to pay back loans at a time where he says to me, I feel like I wasted my time going to school. I felt like my time. I feel like I wasted my time furthering my education. Now, me personally, I know a lot of people like this. They go to school and get degrees and get out in the world, and that's just not how you get in. These days, it's more of to me, it's more of who you know, who your mama know, who your uncle might know in a field that can put you in a position to be successful. You work your way to wherever you get, or you might start out on top. I know a lot of people that starts out on the fucking top. It depends on who the fuck you know. You go to school all your life since you were a kid. They drill education. They drill in higher education and furthering your education and all that. Now, me, I believe all the way through high school, you need to go to high school. Get your fucking high school diploma. Now, college, it's a toss up. I went to college. I attended UNCG for about 2.5 years. Now, granted, my focus when I was in school wasn't what it should have been in life, you know what I'm saying, in school. But I majored in psychology. I minored in sociology. I wanted to be a shrink. This is what I wanted to do with my life. Granted, I don't know if me with all these tats and shit could be a shrink, but that's what I wanted to do. That's what I went to school for. And, I mean, I got out of school. I dropped out of school and stuff like that to work because I needed money. You know what I'm saying? Money right now, and it's really hard again to go to college if you don't have family support. And not saying I didn't have family support, but you need to have. It's easier to have a family that got money already. That could just be like you, like I'm hungry, they give you money. You need something, they give you money and shit like that. It's easier that way. Um, but the school system, a lot of people going to school and they get out with that degree and can't find a job. I mean, and it's just like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I personally believe that in school anyway. With my problem with another problem I have with the education system and being in school in college mainly, is the stuff that you have to take just to get a degree. Overseas, the Chinese and stuff like that, they specialize in the field. If you know that you're going to be a what the fuck, I don't even know, like a chemist or some shit like that. You're gonna take chemistry classes. This is what the fuck you're gonna take. And over here in the US of A, you have to take random ass shit that has nothing to do with your major just to get out. I feel like there's flaw in that. If you are going to be, if you want to be like a fitness education degree or whatever. That's what you want to do. Why do you have to take two Spanishes? I never understood the Spanish classes. I never understood some of these electives, I guess is what you would call them, that you have to take just to get out. Like why you have to take a Spanish? You ain't got shit to do with philosophy, but you gotta take a philosophy to do whatever like that. To me, I feel like one, you graduate way faster if you specialize or if you only took classes in lieu of the field that you're pursuing. These extra shits they make you take, I don't understand. And wind up having you in school for longer, making you get further in that being in school, unless you rich or you know what I'm saying, you just full blown scholarship, whatever. A lot of people ain't like it. A lot of people getting loans and stuff to get through school, and you wind up getting out. You're in debt. You're already in a hole, let alone you not be able to find a job in your field. But your mama might know somebody that works at where the fuck ever, and they can get you on like that. You wind up making good money. I know people that make way more than a person with a degree that didn't even go to college. I know a lot of people like that. Just work their way up. Now they making 50,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Just off being um, in the right place, right time, or just going to work and working their way up. Didn't have shit to do with school. And if society kind of frowns its nose down at people that don't have the higher education, that they put pressure on you to make you feel like school is the only way you can be successful. Untrue. I feel like there's a big untruth. A lot of these self-made millionaires didn't really, school, especially some of a lot of these entertainers, they didn't go to school like that. And these are some of the richest people in the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how society managed to distract you from that truth, but that's just how it is. I don't feel like that school is necessary for you to be successful. I think there's other ways you can do it. I think you can work hard, be successful. Right place, right time, know the right people. Huge. I feel like that's a main thing, just knowing the right people, networking well, wherever you be at. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with education. I think college is a good experience to have to help prepare you for the real world, but that's not the only way to be successful like a lot of people will try to make you feel. A lot of even parents, girls that date dudes and bring home a dude, oh, he's not in college, he can go to school, they'll fry their nose down at that guy. They'll fry their nose down at him because he's not in school. I think that's really unfair to put that kind of pressure on people when school is not the only way. It's motherfuckers out here with degrees in debt, busting tables somewhere. I know a guy who was telling me about a friend of his that has a 4 year, not I mean, he has a fucking master's in, I want to say technology or something like that. The motherfucker's busting tables somewhere because he can't find a job, especially these days. I mean, it's really, really hard to find a job. Mm. And I just don't know, like, I'm not saying that school is bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting on here telling you don't go to school, don't pursue your education, don't, you know what I'm saying, do whatever. But society puts so much pressure on people like that's the only way you can do it, and it's so not the only way. It's just really, really not. And the classes they make you take that have nothing to do with what you want to do, I think that's extra as hell in the United States of America. They're putting you in the hole early before you even get out. I think but that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you can't be successful in school, but I'm saying you can be successful and not go to school like that. High school, all the way up to high school to the 12th fucking grade, I feel like you need that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a necessity. You need that all the way through school, but the extra, the further on after college is not necessarily necessary to be successful. But that's how people will try to make you feel. Like you ain't gonna be shit if you don't go to school, and that's not true. That's really not true. A lot of these, like I said, millionaires didn't go to school. They didn't go to school at all. And that's just how I feel about it. I got on here because it's a lot of people. They talk to me about this kind of shit, and they're like, well, I feel like I'm doing this for nothing. I feel like, I know people that's successful as hell didn't do nothing with school. You know, Made me feel like, well, damn, I should have just jumped out of high school, got to know the right people, and I'd be some kind of fucking something somewhere high up. You know what I'm saying? And it has that feel to it. And society will pressure you, but every school's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? School is not something that everybody is going to be successful in. Everybody's going to pursue well. And then when you get out, if you do, that doesn't guarantee you success. Education can equivalent to success, does not have to equivalent to success. So that's my whole take on it. I don't know. Maybe y'all got some other, opinions of the whole thing. But just let me know. You know what I'm saying? I just got on here to do this because I told my man, I was like, well, damn, I should talk about this shit. So I did. So that's what I got. That's how I feel about it. If you know anything, or what I'm saying, anything extra you can, enlighten me on, please feel free to comment and let me know what the fuck going on out here, man. It's your boy. I'm back. I'm trying to talk about everything from fucking just everything. I want to talk about everything because I feel like I can do this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's your man's and them. I'm out, yo. Education is good to have. Does not equate to success every time. I'll let your man's and them, yo.